If we continue to bend the knee in an effort to appease the masses and bury our heads in the sand because we don't want to be political or ruffle any feathers, then we will continue to witness America and all of her beauty devolve into an unrecognizable state of destruction and devastation. America is a...
Okay, so I want to play you guys a quick clip of OAN commentator Alison Steinberg, who went viral not too long ago because she was in Manhattan Beach and she was pissed off at the sight of a pride flag.
And now we're peddling this garbage? What the hell is this? The only flag that should be up there is that American flag. This is a disgrace to our city and it should be taken down immediately.
She kind of went on a rant on the network about basically what people in these, talking head spaces in the political right like to call America's crisis of masculinity, right?
So for all the women's empowerment talk that continues apace like it's 1973, the numbers are really clear. It's men in this country who are in deep trouble by every measure. That masculinity is under attack in this country and men are withering and dying as a result of it. That's not an overstatement. Anybody familiar with the social science can confirm that.
She decries a couple of things. Just how strong men used to be mentally and physically. In previous generations, these men fought in wars. These men supported families. These men were men, to her estimation, in the truest sense, right? That's a whatever type of opinion to have, but I think she's on to something.
We used to have men that were both strong physically and mentally. Men who are willing to go to war and fight for our country to protect the freedoms that each and every one of us are so blessed to have. But now we have a dwindling military with recruitment numbers lower than Joe Biden's approval rating, and a society full of low testosterone soy boys that willingly muzzle themselves to drive alone in their cars.
I think what you see grifters like Steinberg and the Jordan Petersons, etc. of the world exploiting is like a legitimate feeling out there amongst a large portion of American men that their lives are rudderless, that their lives don't really have any meaning, and they aren't fulfilling their promise as quote-unquote men in our society because, as she points out, like stuff like World War II, people define themselves as being part of that war and rescuing the world from fascism. And back in the days when a guy could go out and get a factory job or get, whatever type of manufacturing job, the kind of stuff that the middle class in this country was built on, he could support an entire family. He could buy a crib. He could take his family on vacation a few times a year. His wife didn't have to work and could take care of certain type of things. And because previous generations had access to these things and therefore could define their lives through having meaningful work, right? Through being able to provide for your family. And not even just meaningful work, dignified work. Like you felt proud that you made Ford cars, etc. Out here in America. Like, yeah, this generation right now, I understand why they feel rudderless and aimless when you compare to saving the world from the evils of the Nazis, right? Like that's hard to compare, and that's why in place of that, grifters like Steinberg and Jordan Peterson can say, you can blame your troubles on. It's these Mexican people who have taken all the great jobs, even if that's not true. It's the fact that we don't fight any wars. We don't kill anybody, right? Like as if joining the state's killing machine or killing apparatus is what makes you a real man. They get to step in and fill those voids and say, this is why your life isn't going the way that you want it to. And so, yeah, these people are going to say that, because these crazy feminists don't allow you to grab their ass at the office or at work anymore. That's why your life is falling apart. So they could blame it on stuff like feminism. They could blame it on stuff like immigrant workers, et cetera, et cetera. And, the problem is like there's nobody offering an alternative to this vision, right? It's not like the other side is like, no, we want to give you meaningful work. We want to give you dignified work. We want to provide meaning to your life, right? Like that you provide value to the people that are around you because you're a contributing member of society. Because the other side isn't offering a pathway to not feeling that way. Because again, whether the reasons that are being provided are true or not, the feeling still remains. And so when people like Steinberg actually fill that void and that vacuum, it's the other side that's allowing it by not offering different pathways to feeling like you have a fulfilled and dignified life. And so that's why you're going to see more and more of this type of grifting all over the right.